Hello and welcome to the JW Thoughts channel. My name is Wally and today we are talking about cursing, profanity, harmful speech, swearing. It is going to be a good time. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. It takes 1 second, but it does help the video get out to more people on the YouTube. We're talking about swearing, so let's go! I might have to bleep that one out actually because it's in the first 30 seconds. Shoot. Alright, so swearing as it pertains to watchtowers, history, teachings, and mindset, and how it affects Jehovah's Witnesses on a day-to-day basis. So first off, I guess I'll start off by saying Jehovah's Witnesses are known, or they know themselves, as people that don't curse or swear. And if you've been a Jehovah's Witness, and especially if you were a goody two-shoes Jehovah's Witness,
this goody two-shoes makes me want to barf.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. It was very taboo. Even in any song you were playing, could not be a swear word in it. There was no ass, no damn, nothing. Especially if it was to be played at like a gathering or especially a wedding. I remember people would say that they had to go through and they were reading the lyrics to every single song they were playing at the wedding to make sure that there was nothing that might offend anybody. Now, obviously, this didn't apply to all witnesses, right? There was definitely some that were a little bit looser when it comes to using swear words. And I noticed predominantly it would happen like, well, at least in my experience, it would happen in two different areas. And that would be if people were like working or like, you know, just in their secular job, or if they were playing sports. I know of like a few elders that would swear pretty freely whenever they were just at their job, and it even was known by several people, and so that was pretty funny. And then also playing sports, the occasional slip up of damn, or what the hell, or shit. And I remember when I was younger being like, oh, it's like that SpongeBob meme. You said number 11. You said number 11. Yeah, so I used to just think like, oh, they must be a bad witness or they must be a bad person because they said damn when they were playing basketball or soccer or something. And then later on in life, it just sort of occurred to me that, wait, what is with this obsession of swear words? And looking at, you know, the things that they say about it in their articles, it seemed to just completely contradict itself, because the reason that you shouldn't use bad language or foul language or offensive language was because it would be a bad representation on the Watchtower. So they want to be known as these upstanding citizens, like perfect, straight out of I Love Lucy. That's just their model vision of what a Jehovah's Witness should be.
Reuniting the family in worship didn't happen overnight. The turning point was when Deuteronomy 6:6 fully dawned on me. Before we can impress.
And so they didn't want it to have a bad reputation on the Watchtower in general. The other aspect of it is they said, well, it's just giving in to anger and not being able to like control yourself. And it's funny because what's the difference between someone saying damn it and darn it? And that was always the funniest thing to me, is that people would use these euphemisms, and it was like this weird, bizarre thing of like, okay, well, darn it, damn it. You're just changing a few letters around, but you mean the exact same thing. Then there was some super omega turbo nerds that would get offended if someone even used a euphemism of any kind. So if you said darn it, they'd be like, oh, you shouldn't really say that, because you may as well just say damn it, or frick, or freak, or frack, or however, whatever sort of thing you wanted to plug in there. So some people would be like even offended if you used the implication of a swear word. But it's my thing, like, it doesn't really matter what the word is. Like, if I stub my toe and I curse, or I stub my toe and I say Jiminy Crickets, the feeling is exactly the same. Like, I'm shouting because I have a strong emotion, or something to that effect, right? And yet they just are fascinated by drawing these goofy artificial lines that just don't exist. And I think it's really funny in the context of what they say about swearing. So let me just pull that up for you real quick. This is on the Watchtower Library. I think it's for teenagers or something, but the general article, I think, is called, Is Swearing Really That Bad? So it says this. It says, cursing isn't just about words. Your speech reveals what is going on inside you. Using foul language, then, could indicate that you are insensitive to the feelings of others. Is that the kind of person you really are? So basically what they're saying is cursing isn't just the word you're using, but it's an indication of who you really are, and that you maybe don't care that much about the people around you. Indicate that you are insensitive to the feelings of other people. Now, I just think that this is so disingenuous, because I'm going to read, well, actually, let's do it like this. I'm going to say a sentence, and then I'm going to read a Watchtower quote from you. For you, and tell me which one is more offensive. Tell me which one is more insensitive to the feelings of others. So, last night I made the best fucking chicken pot pie I've ever had in my goddamn life. I took one bite and it knocked me off my ass, and I was just like, this absolutely shits on every other chicken pot pie that I've had in my whole life. That's Wally's sentence. Now let's read this from Watchtower and tell me which one is more offensive and insensitive to the feelings of other people. In fact, masturbation can lead into homosexuality. In such instances, the person, not satisfied with his lonely sexual activity, seeks a partner for mutual sex play. This happens much more frequently than you may realize. Contrary to what many persons think, homosexuals are not born that way, but their homosexual behavior is learned. I will let you be the judge of which one of those two sentences is more offensive, is more harmful, is more dangerous, and is more insensitive to the feelings of other people. Do I even need to explain this any farther? One is being excited about food. The other is being a bigot. And I guess that is the thing that really bugs me when it comes to this whole business of... sorry, I'm looking at my screen. That's what really bugs me when it comes to this whole business of profanity and language. I think I've told this story before, but...
Yes.
I remember I was with my grandma and my mom, and she wanted to watch the King's Speech, but my mom wouldn't watch it because it was rated R. And my grandma said, well, it's only rated R because they say fuck a couple times. Like, that's literally it. And I know where it's at. Hey, I'll even mute it or bleep it or whatever. And my mom's like, no, I'm not going to do it because it's rated R. And it's just indicative of a Jehovah's Witness brain and how they've been indoctrinated to look at the world in such a binary way. They can't look past a rule. They can't look past some sort of law or principle that they're choosing to live by or being told that they have to live by. And all they can see is the rule. And they can't actually, well, why is that rule? Why do you have that rule in place? They couldn't explain it. Like, well, why don't you swear? Well, because we just want to be good people. Well, swearing doesn't necessarily mean that you're a bad person. Now, if you're like yelling and shouting and putting people down and using bigoted language and racial slurs and homophobic slurs and that sort of business, if you're just a misogynistic, racial, bigoted jerk, then okay, yeah, that's where language is offensive. So they've drawn a line on something that it doesn't need to be there. They should address the problem of using language that puts people down or that harms other people. But they don't prioritize that because they only can see the law or the principle or the rule. Don't swear. Got it. I won't swear. Done. It's so goofy. One other example of this kind of crazy thing I'm on about is found in a 1965 Watchtower. They go and they're talking about what Jesus meant in Matthew when he was talking about the generation. And they go on talking about how the generation applies to people that witnessed the events of 1914. And this is a little bit longer of a quote, but try your best. I know it's hard with Watchtower language, but try your best to pay attention. The passing of this notable generation affects you and your future. You cannot avoid its implications. A choice must be made, and that soon. The evidences have piled up, furnishing a clear indication of what lies ahead, just as clearly as the buds upon the trees betoken the arrival of the summer season. Therefore, it is vital that you make the right choice. You do not want to share a destiny like that of the disobedient generation in Noah's day. You do not want to undergo a fiery destruction like the one that fell on those in Sodom and Gomorrah. You do not want to fall into condemnation like that of the generation of Jews who reaped a bitter harvest in 70 CE. There is but one course for salvation. That is to lend yourself willingly to the purpose of God by associating with and sharing in the work being done by His faithful people on earth, His witnesses. They will be happy to aid you to take all necessary steps to gain God's favor and to survive into His marvelous new system. So, they are guaranteeing that the generation of 1914 is going to still be alive by the time that this massacre happens the world over. That's one aspect of it. The other aspect is they're saying, join us or you will die. It's a guarantee. It's absolutely certain. You don't want to be like Sodom and Gomorrah and undergo a fiery destruction. The threat of a fiery destruction, death. You will be killed if you don't listen to us. And it's based off of the premise of this generation. Tell me how that is less offensive than saying shit. How in your mind can you warp things to the degree that your brain says lying to people and scaring them to doing what you want with the fear and threat of death is better, it's preferred than saying damn? I don't know why people do this, and I think it's a deeper problem maybe with society, or maybe I'm just a lunatic, but people, like I keep saying, they draw these artificial lines. Think about, like, if I make a joke about a hand, right? I can make a joke about a hand and it's like, ha ha, he he, funny funny. But I make a dick joke and then it's offensive. They're both parts that are attached to my body. One's offensive, one's not. Why? If I make a joke about my nose, haha, funny. If I make a joke about my ass, all of a sudden that's funny or not funny. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me in my current mind. And going back into my old Jehovah's Witness brain and putting on the old Watchtower hat, I can sort of track this transition that I was making after I started reading relentlessly and just learning how to think, of just not caring about swear words. I used to go to Walmart because they would sell CDs that were edited, right? And then I was just like, this is such a waste of time. Like, what's the big deal? And the moment that it really became apparent to me was when I was listening to something and it was bleeped out. And I was saying the words that were bleeped out in my head. I was literally they were bleeped out, but I was just saying them in my head. So I was like, wait, what is the point of censoring it with like the bleeps? What does that accomplish? If I go through in my head and I just like, I fill in the blanks that quickly. It's just hilarious that such a stupid thing can interfere with actual productive conversations about language. So maybe we'll just, class is in session. Everyone sit down. Wally's here to hold your hand and pat you on the bottom. We're going to have a little lesson about words. We'll keep it simple. Words don't have intrinsic meanings. They have usages. This is a cat toy, right? We all collectively have decided that this little wand bell joint is a cat toy, right? Now, that could very well be called Bob. And every person in the world called Bob could be called cat toy. And that would be the usage of it. So it doesn't have an intrinsic meaning. It's just, people see this, oh, that's a wand, it's got all these things, oh, that must be a cat toy. Boom. And we all understand, if I say, hey, everyone close your eyes, I'm going to grab a cat toy, you'll probably, I mean, it could be a variety of things, but you'll probably think of a mouse or a wand or something, or a laser pointer or something like that, right? So we don't need to get caught up in like these definitions and, well, this is this and this is this. If you're having a conversation with people and you are using a word in a non-colloquial way, then just say, oh, well, I'm using this term in this way. I'm using Bob to refer to cat toys. That way, at least who I'm talking to, they're clued in. Oh, okay, this guy doesn't use, what everyone else seems to understand as a cat toy. He's using Bob. Okay, it's a little strange, but it's fine, whatever. But words don't have intrinsic meanings. So you can't just say, well, you can't use this specific word because it has this meaning. They have usages, right? It's what's a good example? Like the word fat. Like, it would be offensive to go up to someone and say, oh my God, look at you, you're fat. That's a horrible thing to say. It's not kind, it's not nice, it's insensitive, and it's not productive. You're attacking someone and hurting their feelings, right? Now, the word fat, every single thing that you probably have in your refrigerator has a little label on it that has the word fat on it, and fat content, and how much fat is in this, and good fats and bad fats, and all of this fat, right? So the word fat isn't inherently bad, but if I use it in a bad way, then it becomes offensive. So if I call someone a no good son of a bitch, that could make that person laugh. On another day in a different context, it could make that person cry. Class is dismissed. I hope everyone will be a better person now. Be mindful of your language and how it offends people. And if you are someone that's purely offended by someone using a word that you don't like, my suggestion would be maybe to walk around with a t-shirt that just lists all the things you don't like. Don't like the color blue. I don't like the movie The Green Mile. I don't think action movies are cool. Please don't swear around me. Vanilla ice cream is pointless. Peanut butter jelly sandwiches are hackneyed. And just like walk around with a billboard or something. I don't know. And just tell everyone all these things that offend you that you don't like. Just so they know that, okay, well, I just won't do anything around you because I need like this whole data set in order to not offend your sensibilities. And if you So if you are offended, just ask yourself why. Why is someone making a joke about a hand or a penis? What about that is inherently offensive? Now, of course, you can make a penis joke or a dick joke, and it is a crass, offensive. It's meant to shock you. It's meant to, talk about a quote unquote a sensitive subject or whatever, right? And it could have that intention, or it could just be completely benign because, hey, we all got them. So why are we getting all upset like it's this grand special thing? Oh my God, he's talking about a penis. Whoa, I've never heard of that before. Like, how is that shocking? I don't get it. It's just, whew. Wally rants. I'm getting worked up, so I'm going to
calm down, son.
Drink my fancy water, calm down, and try and bring this home. Every morning I wake up and there's about 2 or 3 of these in the bed because Zizi likes to drag them around the house and he brings them up. It's like his favorite thing. So you'll hear him going across the hardwood floor like, with a little bell. Ting, ting, ting. So yeah, those are his favorite toys. Anyway, random facts about Zizi, but it is his channel, so I guess we need to pay him due respect and honor. Anyway, so one other thing that I came across when I was still a witness and still completely believed in everything was that the Watchtower had actually used swear words in some of their publications. So just like a quote from a 2005 Watchtower, having given us freedom of choice, he did not at the same time determine from eternity whom he would save and whom he would damn, as believers and predestinations assert. This one was good. This is from a 1976 yearbook. Another quote: at one stage, one of the ministers actually threw the society's literature on the table, saying, "Damn these books," and so on and so forth. They use the word "damn." And when I read those, I thought, so the Watchtower can use the word damn. Yet if I say that and I'm at like a Kingdom Hall construction project and I hit my finger with a hammer and I say, "God damn it," or "Oh, damn," and I would immediately be taken to the overseer, and the overseer would call the elders, and then I'd be in talking to with the elders of my congregation because, oh, you need to be careful of your language, and they'd have to give me loving counsel and this, that, and the third, right? And yet they can say those things in the Watchtower or hell. I find that just so fascinating that they too know, or they too accept that words have usages and context matters. So they can say damn in one context and it is okay, whatever. And then they can say damn in another context and it's like, oh no, why would you do that? And I guess my message that I want to put out there to the world is, like, relax about the words and worry about the context. Because Jehovah's Witnesses are a classic example of, oh, well, we don't swear, but we also walk around praying and hoping for the mass murder of every person living on the planet that's not part of our group. So they're classic for, oh, I've never said shit before, but I'm a homophobe, and I think that they need to change. And also, they're probably gay because they masturbated too much. And those are the thoughts that I walk around with in my head. And as they say, the language you use shows the type of person you are. Yes, that's true, but it's not necessarily the words that you use showing the person that you are. It's how you choose to use those words. I think that is about it. Thank you for watching this fucking episode and this great rant that I had. It probably was shit, but you know what? If you think so, you can kiss my ass. All of that good stuff. I think the joke is pretty much tired, so I'm not going to keep it going. Yes, I do bleep things out on this channel, and that is because it doesn't work in the algorithms. It has nothing to do with me not wanting to offend people, because I don't care. Well, I do care to not offend people, but I don't care, like, if someone is offended of me saying a particular word and they just don't like it. Like, to me, okay, well, what else do you not like about me? Do you not like my big nose? I mean, everyone's always commenting on how red my lips are. Oh, that's a great example. Yeah, you know what? The rant's not over. That's a perfect example. I just thought of this. I wear like nail polish. That is the amount of makeup, unless I'm dressing up or cosplaying as Stephen Lett. I don't wear makeup. I don't wear lipstick. I have very naturally red lips. And it might be every single video I've ever uploaded. People are like, you need to stop with the makeup thing. All this drag stuff. It looks ridiculous. And you look like a clown. People that probably, I'm guessing, would be offended by me saying a swear word have no problem accusing me of something that's not even real. They just, and like, attacking me and calling me that I'm dressing up in drag, which is kind of offensive to me, and it bothers me because literally for my entire life, people have been telling me, Wally, why are you wearing lipstick, or what's up with that? I don't know. I came out of the womb and my lips were red. I can't control it. Like, I'm not gonna get upset about it. Like, it is what it is. But I think the type of people that are quick to like point that out are the same type of people that don't like the language. Anyway, you guys know I take it all in, or please take it all with a grain of salt when I say I don't care, because obviously I'm not like an insensitive jackass that doesn't care about the feelings and sensibilities of other people. So yeah, with all of that being said, this has been kind of a fun, hopefully a little bit of a thought-provoking episode. And yeah, it's always good to get in the minds of Jehovah's Witnesses and figure out why it is they operate in the way that they do. Thank you so much for watching, and I probably will lose a lot of subscribers on this one, so if you're not subscribed and you did enjoy this, make sure you do, because I'll probably lose about 50 people that will never want to watch these videos again because I said weird potty mouth things. Anyway, no wicked stunts. See you later.